Hi, I'm Ching, and I want to show you that with a bit of kitchen know-how, anyone can cook up fast, fresh, flavoursome, authentic Chinese food, armed with just a few basic cooking tools, a few store cupboard essentials, and some great fresh ingredients. A little bit of toasted cashew nut. On today's menu are 3 Chinese-inspired dishes with a modern twist, and they all feature classic Chinese seasoning.
You don't want any more of that, do you?
Inspiration from Beijing with a chicken and snake bean stir-fry. My take on a Cantonese classic with added zing, sweet and sour duck. And a saucy seafood treat, juicy yellow bean scallops with chives. Joining me today are 2 London barmen who are new to Chinese cooking, but I'm going to inspire Dan and Simon to get creative in the kitchen. More used to serving spirits than chopping chilies, I'm going to arm them with the basic tools and some great ingredients. They'll need to pay close attention as they'll be cooking my dishes for their friends at a feast later on. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hi.
So Simon.
Yes, that's right.
And Dan.
Dan, yeah, that's right.
Nice to meet you. Do you cook for yourselves? What do you eat? I mean, when you're working?
I eat the pub food mainly. It's
Right.
Half-price food, which is great.
Half-price
nice.
food.
Convenience, basically.
Yeah.
When you finish
Okay.
at like 1 o'clock, you just nip down the old
Yeah.
takeaway and get some horrible fried chicken. Oh, it's
Oh, you
not
get
nice.
takeaway?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know.
I see. So you don't cook for yourselves ever?
Well, I try. I mean, just putting a pizza on the oven counts. Not-
Pizza in the oven, okay,
That's
God.
cooking,
It
isn't
does,
it?
yeah, it
Oh,
does. Yeah, it does, yeah.
no,
Yeah, it's
this
good.
is going to be great fun. Okay, well, hopefully by the end of this, I really want you guys to take away a recipe and hopefully inspire you to cook at home, okay? Because it's a lot healthier cooking at home,
Yeah.
and it's really easy. So you ready? Shall we go shopping?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
Great.
Let's
let's
go.
go. Looks like I've got a big challenge on my hands teaching these 2. Before we start, I'm taking them to the heart of Chinatown to get them excited by the ingredients. Have you ever been to Chinatown?
This is my first time now.
You can get all the essential Chinese ingredients on the high street, but I want to show the guys that it's worth visiting a specialist shop to get some inspiration. So I need to find yellow bean sauce. Look, there's rock sugar. You can make some delicious drinks with rock sugar.
All right.
Yeah, and teas,
Right.
oils,
I like
got
tea.
nut oil and everything. I need a good yellow bean sauce, which is made from fermented soybeans.
Soybeans.
Okay, it's probably around the corner.
So do they
But
do
there's,
baked beans and stuff like that here?
No tinned baked beans here, I'm afraid.
Right.
They do fermented black beans. All right, so I've got the sauce here. Perfect. Just need a tin.
All right.
Yeah. Because we're going to be cooking with this later.
Okay.
Come on, let's get the rest of the ingredients. I've got what I need for my recipe later on, but it's time to get outside and get cooking my first recipe with the boys. So today's first dish is a classic inspired by my trip to Beijing. It's chicken and snake bean stir-fry. Now it's time to get cooking. So I'm going to basically give you guys some store cupboard essentials, ingredients that you need in your store cupboard.
Yeah.
Once you've got that, just a couple of, fresh meat here and there, a little bit of dried ingredients like the mushrooms, and you can make a beautiful, easy, delicious, simple stir-fry.
Perfect.
Okay, so first I've got some lean chicken breast, and then just very easily just slice into nice, even-sized pieces like that. Really, really quick. Now, do you like chicken?
Love chicken.
Big fan. Big
Big fan. How do you usually cook your chicken?
It normally comes from a takeaway place that's kind of covered in batter.
How did I know you were going to say that? Okay, for the chicken, I want to make a very quick and simple, delicious marinade. Rice wine, like a bittersweet flavour as it cooks in the wok. So a tablespoon or a teaspoon, however much you like really, to be honest. About a teaspoon in there. So next, a teaspoon of dark soy sauce. Think dark, marinating, light just for saltiness and flavour. Okay, so teaspoon in there, okay, and then give that a good mix. And that's going to give it a deep, rich colour. Now, a great trick is to add a little bit of corn flour, because this is going to seal the juices in the meat and that marinade when we cook it, all right? Just lightly dust it, okay? And then we just work our way through like that, okay? So it just has a nice coating on the top like that. I've got some garlic and just roughly chop them up, okay? The mushrooms now, just one big juicy one. Just slice the stalk and everything, basically.
You're good at that.
Because I like that. And now these delicious snake beans, about 100 grams. However much you can get from the Chinese supermarket. And then just chop.
If you can't find snake beans, you can use French beans instead and cut them into even-sized pieces.
So everything is ready. We're all prepared. So, very simply now, the wok is hot, and you know when the wok is hot because it smokes a little bit, okay, on the sides. What we want, just add a little bit of oil. Now, in your cupboard, you might have what, olive oil?
Yeah, olive oil, yes.
Yeah? Try and use a good, odourless, flavourless oil for Chinese cooking. Maybe like sunflower oil,
Okay.
vegetable oil, you know. I've got peanut oil.
Peanut oil?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Peanut oil or groundnut oil, okay? So all you need is about a tablespoon in there. And then give us a good swirl. So first in with a little bit of the garlic. And followed by Chinese mushrooms. And you hear that sizzle. Give the wok a good shake. In with the chicken. Now you see, when I add the chicken in, I just let it settle first before I really just, you know, start to stir, because I want to get a good colour. Can you see how the chicken is getting a nice colour? It's kind of slightly catchy. Don't worry, slightly smoky, but that all adds to the flavour of this dish. So keep going. Now it's all smelling very good. At this stage, we're going to add in the beans, trimmed beans, and then just give that a good shake, okay? Because as we add ingredients into the wok, you know, the heat kind of drops, right? So the trick is, don't, if you think, oh God, it's on too high, I'm catching, I'm burning something a little bit, just keep tossing and just take a little bit away from the heat. Got some hot stock here, well, cold stock now. Okay, I usually add just a little bit, but for you guys, I'm gonna add about a good 50 ml of stock. It's all bubbling up nicely. Time to season with the light soy sauce. So a good tablespoon in there. And you know, a little dash of toasted sesame oil, a little bit of toasted cashew nut, and then give that a good stir. Just to thicken it now, a little bit of corn flour. Okay, just add, you know, tablespoon. And because as that bubbles, that's going to thicken it up, give it the stir-fry nice glossy sheen. And then we're ready to serve.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
That was really quick.
Very, very quick. And that is my chicken and snake bean stir fry.
That's fantastic.
Do you want to taste?
Yes, definitely. That's the
Right.
bit I've been looking forward to the most.
Okay.
Oh. That's really good. Really great. Really nice.
Crunchy beans. You like the beans?
Yeah, yeah.
Who's
You done this
John,
before? Once or twice.
Once or twice.
Once or twice. Look, it's that easy. You guys could easily do it when we go inside. Easily.
I like that,
Feeling
but-
confident?
No, not in the slightest.
Looks like they'll need a bit more reassurance before they start cooking. Apparently, there's still well over 1 million men in the UK like Simon and Dan who can't cook.
There we go.
So join us after the break when I'll be teaching them another fast and fabulous dish in Chinatown. And then the real challenge is on, as back in the kitchen, these two novices hope to bin the bar food and serve up a sumptuous feast, while I treat them to some saucy yellow bean scallops with a wild rice salad.
Rice wine.
Welcome back to part 2. Today I'm showing Barmen Dan and Simon that Chinese cooking can be fast and fun. The best part of making room in your life for Chinese cooking is that once you have the store cupboard staples, you can create hundreds of dishes that are quick and inexpensive to prepare. Later, it's the boys' turn at the wok as the tables are turned and they have a go at cooking my recipes. Today's second dish is a Cantonese classic with a twist. Easy, fruity and ready in minutes. It's sweet and sour duck.
Right, so look, I've got duck breast here. Now, duck can be quite fatty. For this one, I want to keep it nice and healthy, okay? I want to actually remove the skin. So, just remove the skin like that. Then, I just want to slice into nice thin pieces, because this is going to cook really fast. But obviously, you can use chicken, for example, okay? All I need to do is just season it now with a little bit of salt a little bit of pepper. Okay, quite delicate seasoning. And then in with some rice wine.
Oh, yeah.
And a little bit of soy sauce. And then some corn flour. Quick and easy and tasty. All you need to do now is drop it into the hot oil. So we're just like shallow frying it, really. Okay, we want to get it lovely and golden and still nice and sort of browned on the outside and still lovely pink and juicy on the inside. And then we just scoop it out like that.
Well, that really was quick.
Really, really quick. And then we just drain it on some kitchen paper. Okay, so that's ready. Then we've got a little bit of oil in there, got a little bit of ginger.
Oh, yeah.
Just good few slices. And the ginger really is just to kind of infuse with the oil in the wok. So I've got the red pepper. I just want to chop like that into nice diced pieces. In with the ginger. Flavour the oil.
Yeah, you can smell it already.
Yeah.
It's great.
Lovely and gingery. Then in goes the peppers. And this dish really cooks in no time. Okay, we want some nice colour on there. That's going to be the sweetness.
Yep.
Stage 1 of the sweetness. We've got the juice of 2 small oranges. Bit more in there. That's going to add to the sweetness, fresh, zingy sweetness. This stage, we're going to add the duck back in.
Oh, that smells fantastic.
Yeah, it's looking fantastic. You've got the colour on the duck. You've got the ginger flavour. You've got the orange juice. Now for the sour. Juice of 1 lime.
I definitely got limes in my fridge.
Yeah?
Go well with drinks.
There you go. Just a little bit of salt now. The savoury bit. Soy sauce. And then we're ready to serve.
Is that it?
Yeah, that is it.
That was quick.
Quick and easy.
Very good.
Okay, you ready to taste?
Yes.
There we go. That is sweet and sour duck.
Great.
Okay.
Lovely.
To finish it off, I just want some orange segments, just for decoration, over the top. And that is it. Finally, we get to try it.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay,
Great.
you ready?
Most, yeah.
Okay, so chopstick for me. Let's go for 2 different colours. Thank
Right.
you very much.
Can you hold it?
Tuck in, guys.
Lovely.
Try a bit of the duck.
Oh, yeah.
Pepper's still nice and
Oh.
crunchy.
You can really
Right.
taste the orange coming through there. Really,
Really
nice.
fresh, really zingy, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't want any more of that, do you?
Not bad, wasn't it?
Shall I let you fight over it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right then. All right, I'm off.
Oh, that's all right. You don't want any more?
No.
You're full.
No, I'm
You're
sure
full.
I can eat one.
I think you're full up.
Glad to see they love my food, but I hope they've soaked up some kitchen know-how as it's time for them to get cooking.
So guys, are you ready?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not sure I remember all the way you cooked it, so I'm a bit nervous about that.
Simon, I've given you the chicken and snake bean stir fry.
I like the beans, so that's good.
And Dan, you happy with the sweet and sour duck?
Yeah. Should be all right,
All right.
hopefully.
Okay, do you want to get cooking?
Yeah. Should have been paying attention with your knife skills.
He might be a beginner, but I reckon Simon's a pretty good student.
I remember what you said, get your fingers involved from yesterday.
Observational skills coming into play.
But maybe he needs a bit more practice with his chopping.
Not how to cut garlic. You're supposed to avoid your fingers.
I think Simon needs a few more cooking lessons. I know I said smoking hot, but come on.
Sorry,
You're
guys,
a
I'm
bit
just
confused,
gassing
aren't you?
myself out.
Is that all right? It's meant to happen, yeah?
Dan's lucky he's got me on hand, but if you're trying this at home for the first time, then be careful when adding ingredients to the wok. Dan's oil's bubbling away, but I think Simon might have forgotten to put any in. While they get to grips with their cooking, it's time for my third recipe.
So since Simon and Dan have been real troopers, I'm going to treat them to a delicious yellow bean scallops and chive dish using light and dark soy sauce as a marinade. So I've got these delicious fresh scallops here. I've got the usual seasoning ingredients like rice wine, light and dark soy, rice vinegar. But before I do that, I'm going to serve this dish with a delicious, fresh, zingy, spicy wild rice salad.
the cooked rice. I've got here the mixed wild rice and basmati rice. Use double the volume of water to the amount of rice. Pour in about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to just complement that with the toasted sesame oil. Cucumber into the bowl. Next, I want lovely sweet red pepper. Give this a good stir. And then, for a peppery bite, I need about 6 small radishes, the juice of 2 lemons, just a few drops of light soy sauce, about 1.5 tablespoons, and a little bit of ground white pepper. And then give that a good mix. A good bunch of roughly chopped coriander. Just all adds to the flavour and texture. And then just toss that through.
The salad needs to chill, but before I make the marinade for the scallops, it's time to check on the boys. I think they're getting a bit cheeky.
So have either of you tasted each other's food?
No, I've not had the privilege of trying Dan's food before.
We worked together, but after that, I try to stay well clear of him.
Enough teasing, back to my marinade.
So I've got a teaspoon of light soy sauce, some rice wine. This works really well with seafood dishes and fresh fish. A little bit of rice vinegar. This is going to impart a bit of sour. A good tablespoon of this yellow bean paste, and just give that a good mix in like that. Add a pinch of dark brown sugar. This is going to caramelise the marinade when we cook it. A drop of dark soy sauce. And some grated ginger. And this is going to give a lovely warmth and a heat to the dish. So now all that's left to do is just add the scallops into the marinade.
Leave them to marinate for 5 minutes and then heat up the wok with a little groundnut oil.
Place the scallops in very, very quickly. In a circle if you can, then you know which ones have gone in first and which ones have kind of gone in last, because they cook very, very quickly. Less than a minute on one side, and then just turn them over like this. So lovely and brown caramelised edges, and they still have a lovely bounce to them, which means that they're still lovely and juicy on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to serve this with a delicious crunchy rice. The bowl is really just to make a mould, and then I'm going to just turn it out like that. Nice pieces of scallop, juicy scallop on there. Just few sprouts on there. And I think just a little bit of chive. I love the flavour of chives with scallops. And that is my yellow bean scallops with chives and a delicious crunchy wild rice salad.
Back to see how the boys are getting on. Dan seems to have things under control. But it looks like Simon's struggling.
It might look a little bit burnt, but it's supposed to look that way. Adds to the flavours.
That duck's coming along nicely, Dan.
I'm going to lose, aren't I?
Chin up, Simon. I think your fortune's about to change.
Considering it was close to being burnt a minute ago, I've pulled it back from the brink. I think I'm really close to plating up. I think I've got everything in the dish.
You're kidding?
Yeah. It says cook time 5 minutes. I've been cooking for about 5 minutes.
Come on, Dan. Keep up the pace. Don't let Simon beat you now.
Just so the guys at home could appreciate the masterpiece. Presentation 0. Do you want me to help?
No, I don't want your help.
I can help.
I don't want your help.
What can I do to help?
Nothing.
You sure?
Go sit over there.
I don't want to sit down and help. Come on, Dan. I've finished.
If you keep staring at me, it's not going to help, is it?
It's a competition.
Slow and steady, concentrating hard. Let's hope he hasn't forgotten anything.
Did you put ginger in it?
Yeah. It's a little black burnt bits at the bottom. That doesn't look great, does it, really?
No.
I've seen better. I'll just smooth it around a bit. It looks a bit of a mess, to be honest, but, it doesn't really matter what it looks like so much, does it? It's all about what it tastes like, so...
I'm not so sure, Dan. Look and taste are both important if you want to impress me.
OK, ready?
Yeah, great, let's do it.
Let's go.
Their friends are here and it's the moment of reckoning. Time to taste their food and see how they've managed to cook my dishes.
Well, we've got sweet and sour duck here. That's Dan's dish. And we've got the delicious chicken and snake bean stir fry.
You didn't say delicious before mine.
It does look lovely.
Shall we tuck in?
Yeah.
OK, we're both delicious, I'm sure. But which of these barmen need to go back to pulling pints and which one deserves a bottle of bubbly?
Well, what do you think, guys?
I actually was saying that I don't like duck at all, but I actually, listen, I think it's great. I'm eating it.
Great.
Wonderful. Doing really well.
That's a good sign, then. Simon, what do you think?
I'll begrudgingly say the taste was really good. Not as good as your one, of course. The flavours were much more strong, but there's still an orangey flavour coming through.
Shall we try your dish now?
Well, we'll try. OK. Gordon, you go first. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like smoky flavours, because it will be quite smoky.
Yeah, there was a lot of smoke.
So who's proved to be the better student?
I'm really impressed, and it tastes super smoky, but in a good way.
Really impressed, Dan. Remember, guys, the money will be wired to your accounts afterwards.
I think your confidence could be
It's decision time, and I haven't been bribed.
So who do I think should be the winner? Well, that's really tough call. I call it a draw. I think you're both fantastic. Your dishes are great. There's no winners or losers on this show. You're all winners. Cheers, guys.
Let's just say food's the winner here.
The food's the winner. Thanks for having us round. Cheers.
For a chance to win some cooking tips from me, a fantastic trip to China, and to be entered into our weekly prize draw, all courtesy of Sharwood's, then go to www.5.tv/Chinese food in minutes.
Join me next week in Chinatown when cheesemongers Freddie and John learn to cook a selection of mouth-watering meals. There's a spicy supper for chili lovers, Tongqing beef.
Beautiful.
And a flavourful and boozy steamed wine sea bass. While back in the kitchen, they have a go at cooking my recipes and get a bit carried away with their new favourite ingredient.
So you're yin? No, yang.
I think you're sabotaging me entirely.
Well, if you fancy having a go at cooking some of those lovely meals, you can get all of this week's recipes online at 5.tv/Chinese food in minutes. Coming up next tonight on 5, the new series continues of Ice Road Truckers.